Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, depending on where you are watching from. Hope you all are doing well, and thank you so much for stopping by. So my people, did Femi Adesina just confirmed that indeed there is a cabal in the Aso Rock? I never see this kind God before. Wonder, 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 wonder. This is the same people that when we were talking about this cabal in Aso Rock, they were coming out to debunk up and down. It is not just that, my people. The wife to the president cried out to the Nigerian men and asked, how can you allow 4 men to hijack a country of 200 million people? She cried and said, where are the Nigerian men? She said, come out and take your country. These people, they came out, they said, in fact, even the president himself came out and said the wife belonged to the kitchen. So here we have Adesina, confirming to us that truly there is cabal in Aso Rock who prevented them from doing what they were supposed to be doing. All right, I'm going to be reading this article for you guys, but please, before we continue, I want to beg you all to please help me by liking and sharing this video so that YouTube and Facebook can recommend it to more people. And the news here I read, Femi Adesina, a former special advisor on media and publicity to ex-president Muhammadu Buhari, has disclosed how the late chief of staff to the president, Kyari, frustrated his work for 5 years. The same people that Aisha Buhari cried and pointed accusing finger to. Remember Mandaura. According to him, Mr. Kyari denied him unhindered access to Mr. Buhari despite the president's directive to that effect, meaning even the president's word no hold water for inside that Aso Rock. He continued by saying, Mr. Kyari, who was accused of being a top member of the cabal of the Buhari presidency, died of COVID-19 complication on April 17, 2020 in Lagos. The ex-presidential media aide made the revelation in his book, Working with Buhari, Reflection of a Special Advisor, Media and Publicity. He also alleged that the late chief of staff prevented the funding of media operations of the Presidential Media Directorate until his death. In June 2015, I had done a memo to the president recommending some people to be taken as staff in the media department. They had gone through the campaign and struggles with us and pedestal themselves as dyed-in-the-wood Buharists. They were from different parts of the country. I explained that much to Mr. President the day I took the memo to him. He thanked me and said he would pass it to the SGF, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, when he appointed one. So it would be on record. Fair enough. When a COS, Chief of Staff, and SGF were appointed, the President directed the memo to the COS, also in order. But Malami Kyari just sat on it for the next 1 year. He did not say anything on it. Eventually, my colleague, Garba Shehu, went to see him, and he confessed to Shehu that he shunned the memo because I had taken it directly to the president. But the June date on it was clear. He had not even been appointed then. The second had to do with funding of the media department. There was no budget line, and funds were usually provided by the office of the NSA as needs arose. I had consulted with 2 of my predecessors, Mr. Ruben Abati and Ima Niboro, who had briefed me. Media and publicity is not cheap, not anywhere in the world, but it would amaze you that we operated for 5 years without a dime. After the NSA was appointed, I went to meet and brief him about how publicity was usually funded from his office. It was a Friday, and he promised that anything that would make me and the man we had to come to serve succeed, he would do. Exactly a week later, after the Jumat service, the NSA walked into my office with his 2 hands in the air. I asked what the matter was. He told me he had received a memo from the president directing nothing, absolutely nothing must be funded from his office except security. In the light of that, the promise he had made me was no longer tenable. I thanked him and said I would meet the president, and I did. That very night in the house, I remembered that it was only myself and General Dambazua that were waiting to see him. He is a senior friend, and I told him the purpose of my visit. He was quite surprised that over 3 months, media and publicity was not being funded yet. He asked me how we were doing it, and I said myself and Shehu were using goodwill. When I met the president and I told him of my encounter with the NSA, he confirmed that he gave the directive and explained why. He quoted the president as saying, "A lot was done through the office of the NSA and there were no records. I do not want that. We will institute a probe into the activities of the office." It was eventually done, and you will see what happened there. I don't want the media funded from there again. Meet the chief of staff and let him design how we would be funding media. Mr. Adesina further said, the next day, I went to see the COS in the office. I had just started talking when he impatiently started to say, no, media is not funded from here. Media is not funded from here. He would not even give me a chance to talk, unless I appeared as someone just after funding. For what I would gain, I left his office and never went back to the president. For the first 5 years, the media did not receive 1 naira until the SGF, Boss Mustafa, heard about it and designed a budget line from his office. It was not up to what was required, but it was better than nothing. Third encounter, a retired general, someone well respected in the country, had wanted to see the president. Many times, he applied through the office of the COS, which is the proper channel. He never got feedback, so he phoned and asked me to intervene since the issue he had wanted to discuss was quite serious. I went to the president and mentioned the general and why he needed to come and see him. The president just said, "Tell the SCOP to schedule for him 8 p.m. tomorrow in the house." I passed on the word and left for my office. I had not been seated for 5 minutes when my intercom rang. It was the COS who wanted me to come to his office. He started screaming as I entered. "Why did you get an appointment for general? Why did you? You always go behind me to relate with the president. You have to stop it. Remember the president's instructions to me the day I resumed work. Do not let anybody stop you from seeing me. Anytime you need to see me, just come." I never abused that rain check, but went to see the president only when it was totally necessary throughout the 8 years, and he was always gracious to me. But apparently it became an issue with Malami Abba, so we were not quite chummy, but we were also not enemies, he disclosed. All right, my people, and that is it for you all. And according to the people that have read the book, they said he said a lot. Me, I've not read the book. I'm not even interested because, to be honest, of what good is the book to us, the Nigerian people? When they were supposed to say something, they did not say anything. Now that it is too late, they are coming out to tell us all of this. To do what exactly? Even the man he is talking about is even dead. So of what use is this information to us? We don't need all of this right now. The only thing we are all looking for is a way forward from the mess we are into today as a nation. Another critical question that we also need to ask Adesina and his master is, these 5 years that he talked about, what happened to the budget for media and publicity since they did not use it? He said they didn't give him a dime for the first 5 years. So what happened to that budget? I wish maybe Kyari is alive now. We would have asked him, but since he's not alive, Adesina and his master are the right people to answer this question. And with all of that being said, I'm going to let you all share your own thoughts with me on the comment section. And I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Remain blessed until I come your way next time. Bye-bye. Bye.